This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website or online portfolio. For a free trial and 10% off your first purchase, go to squarespace.com and use the offer code SHAMELESS.
You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Chief Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Shameless After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Shameless After Show.
All right. Hey, Shameless fans. We just finished watching Shameless episode 7, season 4. Holy crap, it was crazy.
It was
today.
so intense.
Even the title of the episode, Jailbird, Invalid, Martyr, Cutter, Retard, Parasitic Twin.
I think that was like the longest title ever.
Yeah. Well, my name is Joyce. I'll be your host for tonight, and I'm joined here by Drea.
Hello, hello.
And we have a wonderful guest on our panel today, Lynn Ann Leveridge. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Thanks for coming.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Lynn Ann, as you guys know, plays Nancy Pratt. She plays Mike and Robbie's mother on the show.
Oh, boy.
Welcome. I'm so glad to have you.
Well, this is fun.
Very fun. What did you guys think of the episode overall?
Oh, like I said, it was so intense, and seeing it on that big screen, I got really involved.
Yeah.
Because we've loved Shameless from the beginning, so I was thrilled when I got the gig.
Definitely.
It was an emotional roller coaster tonight.
Really.
Yeah. And last week, too. It's like I'm just like on the edge of my seat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's doing so well that I keep telling you guys, like, there's so many scene stealers. The actors are amazing.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
that's one of the things about the show that's so incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
And they make it look effortless. They really stepped up their acting game
Totally.
this season. I mean, it's
That
really good.
scene with Lip and Fiona tonight.
Oh, man.
Yes, I
Yeah.
got goosebumps.
Yeah,
I did.
we'll get to that, but we could start with V and Kev today. We found out.
What about me?
Oh, Phil!
First off, okay, you forgot about
no.
JJ, and you forgot about me. Noted.
Okay,
Noted.
hey.
Joyce,
In
no.
my defense, this is my first time hosting an after-show.
Excuses.
Right.
You know what,
I'm
Joyce?
sorry, Phil.
I'll
Deepest
give you-
apologies. Okay, Phil.
Here's what
intro.
I want to add real fast to this. You know, obviously you guys mentioned the title and the titles being really long. We started kind of guessing, and I liked how everyone was guessing which one was which.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and I know a lot of fans kind of wrote in about what's going to happen with Frank and Fiona, and you actually, Joyce, you thought that Frank was going to be the martyr.
Yeah, right.
I guessed Lip.
Girl.
Right from the get-go, unfortunately, and the show's called Shameless, so I was shameless enough to
Yes.
say Liam was going to be the retard in the
Oh,
episode.
no. I hate to
I know, you guys hated me for saying that,
I just
but
hate
I just
that
knew
word.
it. I hate it too,
Yeah.
but that's what the title's called.
You're
Well,
right.
no,
You
wait,
did choose
Sheila
it.
doesn't hate that word. We should.
Oh, yes,
That's
that's
right.
right.
That's right. She was
Retard
very
Nation.
proud of it. I
Retard
remember.
Nation. I love Sheila.
Well, thank goodness he seems fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean,
Oh, I think so.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm glad to know he's good. So yeah, overall I enjoyed this episode, and I actually got to see Shanola Hampton on Friday, and she said it's only going to get worse for the Gallagher.
Which I
Oh,
can't even
please.
deal.
Insane.
How is it even possible?
Well, I mean, they've done so much already. These
That's what I'm
past 4
saying.
seasons. Yeah, that's true. Like,
I'm like,
what else could
can you
possibly
do?
happen?
I need to get my box of tissues.
Oh my
for this.
goodness. Well, I want to say the only reason I thought Frank would be the martyr was because I kind of really took into consideration a comment that someone left in one of our videos, and I'm sorry I don't have the channel name, but one of you said that Frank was going to take the fall for Fiona, and possibly just so he can get into jail and get his leg taken care of and get his
That's a
liver
good
taken
prediction.
care of.
That's a good
That is a
prediction.
great plot line.
yeah.
But looks like they went in another direction.
Yeah, it's very Frank, and it is a selfish thing, but it
Yeah,
would have
right.
helped Fiona.
Exactly.
Would have been
So-
justice, too.
Yeah. Well, let's start off with V and Kev today. They had quite a storyline in this episode.
Getting robbed and losing a baby.
Oh my gosh, poor Kev.
I know.
Well, but I mean, it was so sad because all that time she was talking about not being able to deal with all the kids and her mom having to have an abortion, and now she's lost one of her own. So it was a real reality check, flip-flop.
I mean, she even said she was getting used to the idea of having four children.
Yeah. They didn't make it so heavy, though, which I kind of liked. Like, they didn't make it like this dramatic thing. I mean, that doctor was just like, snip, snap, your kid ate your kid. All right, see you later.
I thought that was weird.
It was kind of weird, but they didn't make it very heavy. It was just like, your kid ate your kid. It happens all the time.
I suppose there's some doctors that would be that nonchalant about it.
Because they probably give news like that all the time. I wonder if that's very common. Fetal absorption.
Yeah, I don't know how common it is, but
I was only aware of it. I never heard of it being, common in multiple births. So
interesting.
That was
that's
news.
crazy.
I mean, the only reason I think, if I'm to justify the nurse's kind of reaction to it, is that she must see, quote unquote, these hoodlums all the time. So it's like they have so many other problems that, like, lest we deal with this, just move on with it.
But it was so strange to me because that was, I mean, I get it. Like, that would definitely be her first thought if you don't see two babies after you saw all three of them. But it was just like, well, looks like you have fetal absorption. I mean,
She was like, aren't you happy? This is less money for you. Yay.
I know, right?
But also, I mean, I really think that, she would have had to do a little bit more to be sure of the diagnosis.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe like a couple more tests.
Yeah, she was like
more
quick. She's like, I don't see it.
ultrasounds.
The baby's gone. All right, take care.
But
That was so
there
funny.
wasn't time for that. There was too much else going on in this episode.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then they got robbed.
Kevin
was
got
awful.
Oh, unbelievable.
I know, and they need money. They just can't seem to like get it together.
I like how Kevin is sort of becoming like a mini Frank with his upstanding citizenship. I mean, he's talking about the way you guys get paid for this, really?
Yeah. Whole standards.
That was hilarious.
I love when he fell in the chair on the street. That was my favorite.
Yeah. He's getting into daddy mode. Like, his protection
Absolutely.
is, getting way up there.
Well, he's so good.
He is
Steve
so
Howie's
good.
Such a good
amazing.
person. They're both so,
Yeah.
they're
I
really good
love
people.
them. Yeah, they're my favorite TV couple. Like, they really are. I love them. If something happened, I think I'd actually be really upset. For real. I love them.
They're really great. Well, do you guys think that Kevin actually knew how to use a gun before he got one?
I don't think so.
No. So it seemed like he was kind of practicing in front of the mirror there.
No, I think it looked like he knew how to use it.
Okay.
I think so. I
mean,
mean,
maybe.
like you said, he's a Southie. Maybe he didn't carry one, but he probably knows how to use one.
That's true.
Definitely seen a couple, I'm sure, in his time.
Well, what do you think Kevin might do to try to gain back that $600 that he left in the keg?
Well, so he's obviously suspecting somebody who knows him, because how else would they know it's in the keg?
Exactly.
It's true.
And they
It's a
had
random
masks on. So, I mean, he
In
meant
broad daylight,
and
too.
he meant business when he came in with the gun. That was so funny when everybody else pulled
It's
out a
their
gun.
gun, I know. They're like, yeah, no, sorry, we have
Like,
them
who do
to
you
the
think you're
things.
talking to? Kev?
Exactly. We know where we live, homie. Thank you.
Oh, man. Yeah, I felt really bad for that. That took a lot of
I know.
to gain that money. Poor thing.
Yeah.
I think in order to the way for me it's heading, I think he has to come up with something that's more sustainable, right? He's going after short end money and a couple thousand here, 600 here, whatnot. But I think in order to obviously build a life for him and his children, he needs something that's going to sustain itself and isn't criminal, perhaps. Maybe it is.
Probably.
But so that's for me. I think that's going to be the ultimate solution to this. Is that that's something like that's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I hope for their sake that they can kind of resolve it. In that sense.
I think so too.
And he said he was tired of being poor. He's like, I'm tired of not having money.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's a little hint to maybe something will happen and they'll get more money.
Maybe he could work for the
eventually.
cup company.
Oh my God! Yeah, right. Yeah,
well,
right.
I'll talk to Bill about
Maybe
it.
he could do like inventory or stocking or something.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know.
No, but he's such a straight up kind of person. He probably would start to think about something he can do that's positive.
Yeah.
That's sustainable. That's going to bring in.
Right.
Yeah.
Because who knows
Although-
how long those construction guys are going to be out in front of his store.
Well, for obviously, I mean, it would be great if they could do something really nice with the alibi.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if they get the
Yeah.
kind of clientele.
Nice
in that
an alibi?
neighborhood.
Yeah,
no, I guess
no.
not. That was a bad idea.
I thought it was hilarious when he was duct taped to the chair and they weren't even moving.
I know.
Didn't
that
even
was
react.
My favorite.
Let him fall face down.
And they just were
out of
like,
the
they just
chair.
kept watching the hole. Like, sorry, sir.
Aw. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, Deb's also had, a little bit of a storyline this episode too.
Yes.
She realized that Maddie didn't want to date her at all after last time they encountered.
Yeah.
But isn't it great that he actually came out and did the right thing, and he said it, and
good
he made
for
it
him.
clear. I mean, I felt like that's what was true. He was just being a friend to her when he took her in before, and she, of course, misinterpreted it.
Yeah,
Because she's so young.
But he is such a doll. He's
He
so
is.
sweet.
Oh, he really
and
is.
Phil, I'm glad you stood by the Maddie is a good guy thing, because he totally is.
Good
He
for
is.
you,
Here's
Phil.
the only problem. She's got, and I feel like this kind of happens with the Gallaghers a lot, right? There's someone in their life, and they're like kind of at almost a fork. And, they have someone in their life that's good, that can lead them down a good path. And in this case, I think it's Maddie. But then because they don't like the good option.
The morality.
That's right. They choose to go, as he's saying, like, we could be friends, we could go to the movies. She's like,
Still
yeah,
hang
whatever.
out.
Yeah.
She's not interested. She's interested in gaining him back as she cuts herself.
That was
Right.
really,
I know, that was intense.
that really hurt. Like,
thing is
that hurt me a little bit.
But I think, the way she reacted, she only did it because she heard about it.
Exactly.
It wasn't that really
right,
that
right.
kind of
It didn't come
behavior.
in from
it
here.
wasn't
She was
thought
like,
out.
oh,
She
let
didn't
me
know
just
what
try
it was going to
No.
make her feel like.
I think she's still okay.
Yeah,
Let's hope so.
I think so too. I've always said that Debs is too smart for the friends that she has, and
Absolutely.
she finally found someone who wants to be her friend, who's probably just as smart as she is. And
But she came
she's
up
not
with the
gonna keep
suggestion
doing
of
that.
getting back the guy, like, hey, fake a family.
Well, she's
work
been hanging
for
out
me.
with those crazy girls
a
for so
Gallagher,
long. Yeah,
after
she's
all.
just like, yeah, I think that's just, she's hanging out with those crazy girls who I want to hurt. I wish they would just leave her alone. But the good thing is when she cut herself, she wasn't like, this seemed cool. She was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is like the
She was
worst
like,
idea
what
ever.
the
Why did I
hell?
do this?
I think
Yeah.
she treads that line between trying to be popular and fit in and keeping true to herself.
Yeah, remember because she wasn't cool a couple seasons with
no.
the bathing suit
Yeah.
and the whole school incident.
The whole
She was
puberty
trying,
thing,
yeah.
and,
Right.
and really, just going through what girls go through at that age.
Yes.
Exactly.
I
But
remember
doing
that.
it in that environment, so
Yeah. Yeah, I think she'll be okay. I thought that the cutter was referring to Ellie, her pregnant friend, but now we know that Deb's.
Oh, yeah, that's
Just
what I
the
thought
cutter.
too. Yeah.
I guess they're both cutters, but in terms of the title, if I'm
Probably
thinking about
for
main
Deb.
characters, Deb's is the one.
right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
for sure.
Ellie was the one that was cutting her inner
I
thigh.
can't even remember all the words that were in that title.
Oh yeah, there's
It's a long
too many
one.
of
It's a
them.
long one.
And what else? She was kind of like having an attitude towards Carl when he wanted to ride. Like she just has an attitude about her now.
Yeah, I
And
think it's
kinda
really
nice.
cool. Like especially at the beginning of the episode when her and Lip were like telling everybody what to do, and Debbie was a part of that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're seeing her grow up, and she's like, "Do you get it? Do you understand? This is how we run this household." I'm like,
I love
"All right,
it.
Debbie, girl."
She's growing into her own.
Yeah, and she's like, "I can do." Like she's like, "I'll be out with my friends tonight," and Lip's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, speaking of Carl had some moments with Liam this episode.
It tied back to kind of Debbie. Remember Carl said he wanted pizza and how that was, quote, a luxury item that they couldn't afford anymore. But Maddie drives, he's a pizza delivery man, so maybe that could be a tie-in.
Oh, that's
Yes.
I thought about that. I found that fun.
Nice. There you go.
Thank you. Phil. Little nugget there.
Well, Carl and Liam this episode.
Oh, I just feel so bad for Carl.
He
Too.
he really doesn't want Liam to be retarded.
Yeah.
I think he's really latching on to that.
Yeah.
And good for him for standing up for his brother.
That
Yeah.
was great.
Wasn't that great?
That was a
Kids are
Gallagher
so
thing.
annoying. That was really ridiculous. Cocaine baby. It's like, okay, guys, really?
They're really, really 12.
Yeah, they really were 12.
That sucks
Seriously.
though that is going around and that Carl has to face that at school. Everyone seems to know about it.
Yeah, especially because he's dealing with, I think, feeling displaced with Frank and Sammy, and now he's going to school and having to deal with people talking about Liam.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, when is the poor kid ever going to get a
I know.
But I think I said this a couple episodes back. He's really starting to open his eyes and see that all the shit that goes on in his family isn't really quote unquote cool anymore. Like he thought that
Yes.
getting in trouble or, even when he saw Fiona come back after, she came back from jail, he was like, how was it? Like with that smile on his face, like,
Well, sure.
so, but
Curious.
I feel like initially he thinks that kind of stuff, like being a badass is kind of cool, but he's slowly starting to realize that it's not so much.
Yeah.
I hope he stays on that path too, because I don't want to see Carl in jail, and I got nervous when he was picking up the needles. I was like, that must be so hard to grab.
He dumped everything in the bag, and that's why I thought maybe that was the bag he had on the bus, but I don't know.
No, I don't.
No,
Yeah.
but he did. He
did keep the
take
joint. He did keep the joint. I was like, he's the Gallagher.
Typical Carl fashion.
Yes, but thank God he put the needle away. Thank you, Carl. Thank you.
His scenes with Liam were so sweet.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Really sweet. He's taking on that big brother role for sure.
It's so sweet. And wasn't it nice to Liam really is talking more than he ever has.
Yeah.
He never said anything.
And he certainly seems just fine to me.
Yeah.
Even if he was running around and banging his head at the door.
I guess that's what toddlers do, right? I mean, toddlers do silly things.
Well, the door thing, I don't know.
The door was a little,
so sure.
little off. But
if he wasn't off, that door made him a little off.
But the test did show that Carl was more retarded than Liam.
Which Joyce, you had a great kind of theory on as to why Carl's riding the short bus.
Because he took the test twice, once for him, once for Liam, and Liam's test results came out 13% retarded, so he's not retarded according to the test. But for Carl, he's what, 83%, 82%. So he's riding the short bus to kind of relate. But yeah, the thing I mentioned earlier was like when Carl assumes he's something, he really goes to the extreme, like when he thought he was a cancer patient,
right?
And now this, like he goes all out. I think it's kind of nice in an innocent way. He's curious, he wants to learn about those things.
It's funny because I thought he was just avoiding the other kids.
That's what I thought too for a little bit.
But that's a very good point.
Yeah,
that you made.
I thought he was too. Maybe,
and I'm trying to remember. I mean, he was like, it looked like he was going to be friendly with the kids.
Yeah, he was having a good time. I was like, do your thing.
I think it's great. The more well-rounded Carl is, the better.
The better, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more thoughts on that, Phil?
No.
No, on Carl and Liam.
Well, I do like the moment when Fiona said, don't end up in jail.
Yeah, don't end up there.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't as hard hitting as some of the other scenes that we saw tonight, but hopefully, he gets the message of, because remember last week he said like our other families as fucked up as we are, and so perhaps he's learning that maybe blowing up everything isn't as cool as initially thought.
Yeah.
Stay out of jail, Carl. Please. Thank you.
All right. So going on to Frank and Sammy.
Oh, Ian and Mickey, I think.
Yes. Okay, we could touch upon Ian and Mickey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mickey starts looking for Ian this episode. He goes all out, goes hardcore finding him. He finds him. Turns out he was at Fairy Tale.
I know, I love these names for the clubs.
The brother club for the one that Lip found him in.
The White Swallow.
Oh, okay. Thanks for remembering that.
Good names. Good names. White Swallow and Fairy Tale. Okay.
I was just surprised, though, that when Ian did the lap dance for him, we didn't really see him, the longing that he's showed so much for him. So I guess he just kind of
he was
blocked it off.
He's gone.
So hopped up on E or whatever the previous guy gave to him.
Oh, Ian. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was actually talking about Mickey.
Oh, you're talking about, oh, right.
Yeah.
I think he was just more concerned and wanting to just get him home.
I mean, that was really nice, actually.
I know. I was like, Mickey's not trying to get things for himself.
He still loves him.
Well, his sister did go
Totally
in on
cares.
him and tell him that he needed to make something his problem. Because things were never his problem.
I think Mickey knew that Ian needed to be found. He wanted to find Ian so bad, but obviously he's got all this other stuff tied up in his life, like his pregnant wife, and
who now maybe knows what's going on.
I know we still don't know whose it is, if it's Mickey's or not, but maybe.
Oh
yeah, right. I mean,
I don't know,
or is it just implied?
I'm assuming it's his.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that look that she gave him at the end kind of solidified that.
Yeah, I feel like he's slowly being okay with people knowing. Because, I mean, she saw how he was looking at Ian, and it was as if she processed it like, okay, something's
Well, remember
going
their moment in the bathroom where he had her behind him, and she's like, what, no strap on, right? Like,
oh, yes.
He was like, just do it.
Oh, yes. Wait, was that her?
Svetlana?
No, that was the
redhead.
The redhead.
I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up.
But still, he did that.
But somebody could go around town saying Mickey did that, and he was just like, whatever.
Yeah. That's
He's
true.
slowly coming into his true ways.
Yeah.
Which I think, you guys kind of noted that Mickey perhaps wasn't as engaged in the club. And I think I think he's just showing him. Remember, the first guy tells him, like, you make Justin Bieber look straight?
Yes.
I think he goes into that mentality of, like, I got to prove otherwise.
Right.
You know, I'm just here to get him out. You know?
Exactly.
And so, again, he still hasn't embraced it.
Yeah,
quite yet.
that was his main goal. It was to get Ian out of there. And
Yeah.
once he finally did, that's when his wall kind of came down. And you saw that look he gave to Ian when Ian was lying on that bed.
Oh, but it's very
Tearing up. He's great
he really,
on screen.
really
Oh my
tender.
goodness.
Love-
Yes.
Yeah.
He's great.
Another great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's so good.
Do you guys think that, you know, once Ian kind of settles in, I mean, because in the previews of the next episode, he gets out of that
looked
all,
like
right?
himself.
He looked like himself. Maybe a little different.
A little different because he did yell something to Fiona. I didn't quite catch it. He said, "I'm
said-
tired of living my life."
He said, "I can be who I am." I guess he was going to just come
Oh,
out.
right.
Yeah. He
essentially.
was like, I'm
hiding
tired of
anymore.
living the way everyone wants me to.
Exactly. That's what he said. But he looked like he was actually present,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. So maybe, maybe he'll be one of the responsible adults during all of this.
I hope so.
Hopefully.
I'm glad he's back. I'm
Yeah,
so
me
glad he's
too.
back.
But do you guys think him and Mickey are going to just, make up? Kiss and make up?
Yeah, I think they'll have a
Will
little.
it be
I
that
think-
easy?
Oh, I think it's a very passionate thing for both of them.
Yeah.
So
I think they'll be
if there's
together.
physical proxiimity, I would think that would happen.
Absolutely.
Same.
Absolutely.
They'll find a way.
They will find a way.
I just think Svetlana is going to be a problem now. I mean,
She's going to be nosy and suspecting, like, oh,
but I'm wondering, because they weren't married because they loved each other, but maybe over all this time she has some sort of
Feelings.
connection or feelings
there's
with him.
default
there was
feelings, I'm sure.
But there was that look she gave him, like, are you serious? Like, oh my gosh, she's going to lose Mickey to Ian or something.
yeah, she knows. She knows.
And I think you're right. That does seem to indicate that he is the father of the baby. And so, maybe she was looking forward to some sort of normalcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a life like
That's
that,
true.
even in the midst of all that chaos, and you still get married and do it, you still want to feel like you're a part of something, So I'm sure she really wants it to be his.
Yeah. Like you want to be a part of something real.
From that crazy
True.
town.
Yeah.
And remember, there's still that army thing hanging above them.
Oh, yes.
So can't forget that.
They're going to come back for that.
I think they have to.
They
Yeah,
haven't
they have
solved
to.
that
They can't
AWOL
just go
problem.
away.
You mean the army? Oh, for
Ian, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, you don't just go AWOL in the middle of it. It's like, oh, don't worry
and
about
Lip
it.
too, who said he'd never seen him
And,
before.
oh, right, good point.
That's true.
They'll be like, he lied and he's AWOL. Let's go.
Yeah.
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
crazy.
They probably wouldn't care too much about Lip lying, as long as they
Got Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely. Well, there's that.
Speaking
Hopefully.
of Lip,
Speaking of Lip,
get into Lip.
yeah, let's talk about Lip.
Oh, yes. And all of
Lip
his
took
respons-
charge.
Yes, he did.
Took Liam with him.
And what's great though is that he took charge, but he also did it without thinking about having to give up school
Yeah.
to do it. Wow, that was
That
great.
that made me
I was
happy.
nervous about that. I thought when he was filling out the papers in the hospital, I thought when he said something about admissions, I thought he was like going to get out of school. And
Yeah.
then when he was talking about it was just for the hospital, and then he managed it. He was taking his tests and answering questions, and Liam was taken care of. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's going to stay in school.
Yeah.
I got nervous when he left Liam with the girlfriend.
I did too. Didn't you feel like a little strange? I was like, is something going to happen right now?
Because
I don't know.
did I miss something? Because she was never, we never really. I mean, her character just sort of blossomed in that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
She's
never
always
said
just
too
sort of
much.
been cranky and yelling,
Angry at
and-
him, right?
And there she was, so good with Liam. So thank goodness that was okay.
I know. I was like, please don't let anything happen. Like, seriously,
Well,
give us a break as a viewer, please.
You saw what Liam did to Lip on the L. He's a chick magnet.
Exactly.
Right,
So
exactly.
you put
Exactly.
if you see a guy that you once thought was so irresponsible and immature coming back with a baby
Very
that he
good point.
has an intention of taking care of, that's attractive to
Absolutely.
a female. Like,
Same thing with the girlfriend. She realized, and she probably knew about the situation because remember the roommate brought
That's true.
brought stuff.
the
and-
test back for
test, which was
Lip.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if they'll end up hooking up.
That's actually what I was thinking. That was one of my predictions. That
Yeah,
something
yeah.
was going to.
Yeah, he's gonna like walk in,
Happen
the
between
roommate's gonna be
them.
like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Who, Lip and the girlfriend?
Amanda.
Because
Yeah.
that's a very
Amanda.
Gallagher thing
Sorry,
to do.
I didn't remember her name.
There's so many names. I'm
Yeah,
like
really
trying to
are.
write them down every time I
Yes.
hear them.
Yeah, it took me a while, to remember everybody's name.
Yeah, but I don't know. I understand Lip's intentions, and I know that he wants the best for Liam at this time, and he, like he said, he's being very protective.
Yes, very protective.
But I still find it unfair that he's doing that to Fiona.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
he's
how do you
mad at
guys feel
Fiona.
about that? I wasn't sure. I mean,
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Well, I mean, the thing is that Fiona has been so there for him.
I know.
For so long in so many ways. And he'll probably come around.
I think so too.
But I do understand how angry he is because, it's true. He could have died.
He could have died.
Yeah.
And he could have brain damage.
And it's like,
pretty
accident or
serious
not,
thing.
it's if he's dead, he's dead.
I mean, she
You know?
should have just taken the cocaine and flushed it down the toilet when Robbie left it off, when my bad boy left it.
I know.
Your bad seed, son.
Your bad son. I thought that when I just saw it on the table, I kept thinking, why is this just out? And it's our Carl, Debbie, and then Liam. I was like, something's about to happen.
Have we seen her do cocaine before?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Remember.
recall.
But
Yeah.
certainly not frequently or anything.
No, not maybe like twice, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's
My
it.
thought on that was, I really, obviously, I know you guys liked it as well, the scene between her and Fiona where he really goes off on her. And, I don't know if I necessarily agreed with Lip, but in that moment, I think it solidified Lip's argument of like, okay, you can go to jail for 5 years because you're going to get convicted. Forget if you're right or wrong, you're going to get convicted if you do this.
Absolutely.
So, you know what, just do it for the 90 days or whatever, at that point it was going to be 90 days. So I was with him on that argument. At that point she became very selfish and, I had to unfortunately side with Lip in that moment.
I agree.
Yeah, that was.
I think the fact that her sentence went down, essentially to nothing. I mean,
Well, that was like one of the few good things that happened.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing.
but she's on house arrest.
I mean, when they listed all those things that she can't do, I was like, is that forever? Or is that just for a period of time?
3 years.
3 years probation during her
But you-
probation.
but you
But you're
can't-
forever a
she can't
felon.
vote.
Yeah.
Right, but can you never ever vote? If you're a felon, can you never ever vote?
no,
You know what?
I don't know.
No, you know what? I just recently heard something about a law to allow former felons to vote. So
Interesting.
I'm guessing.
But if you are a felon,
it might
you
depend
can't.
on the state.
If they write that, maybe they may or may not write that into the show.
Yeah, I think it's very
Huh.
possible that that felons can't vote.
And you can't
For
have
the
a
rest of their
passport if you're a felon?
You can't flee the country. Well, no, if
Well,
you're on
she had
probation.
to turn it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I was like, you can't. Wait, hold up.
No,
I'm
after her
confused.
3 years, I think she's free to do what she wants, but she is forever a felon. It's on her record.
Forever.
She can't get a government job, all that stuff.
Right.
Right.
And of
Right.
course, finding a regular job will probably be difficult.
Because you always have to
Of
check that box.
course.
Yes.
Well, she can't be a whole stander.
Damn.
I wonder if she's going to
Her
keep her
dream
job.
crushed.
Her cup job.
Her cup job. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that was really difficult to watch since we're talking about Fiona with Jake at the car.
I know.
Yeah.
And he did say, I don't ever want to see you again. So
I know.
Sure sounds like she doesn't have her job.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like there's any doors open available with
Yeah.
Mike.
Well, going back to Liam and Fiona's exchange.
Lip.
Lip, sorry. Lip and Fiona's exchange. There was also another comment. Again, I couldn't pull it up in time to get the channel name, but someone mentioned that, Lip shouldn't be so upset at Fiona because if it weren't for her, he wouldn't have, gone to college or gotten his
Exactly.
GED. Sorry. And without that, he couldn't have gone to MIT. So all these people along the way have helped him get to where he is today. And
Including Fiona.
Exactly. And I agree with Phil. I understand why he's upset.
Sure.
But, good thing he didn't drop out, which is a plus. But I think he needs to realize what she's done for everybody. Like she said, it's finally about me. I'm finally making it about me because it's never about me.
Never about Fiona.
Right.
Ever.
And unfortunately, her birthday party was about her, and then it turned out to be not about her. It's like,
You just couldn't let us have a good
fell
moment,
apart.
Shameless. Just couldn't let us have a good
like
moment.
Fiona's never had a break this whole
Yes,
series.
it's always something. I mean, she had a moment there with the cup where she was feeling like she's making money and
That's true.
Things are going well and she has a good income coming in, and then she had to sleep with the brother and now the thing and
Yeah.
It's interesting because my husband made a statement that I think is so good. He said that the boys, that Robbie and Mike, are the yin and yang of Fiona.
oh, I like
that's true.
that.
And but I mean, I think that's really an apt way of putting it because, you see the two sides of her, one in the good son, one in the bad son, and they're both
Right.
there,
both affecting her life dramatically. One got her in jail, one got her out of jail.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
The angel and the devil on her shoulder.
So
Yes.
Robbie's coming back.
I know, and I'm thinking that all that anger she has for him, I'm like, are they going to start dating? Like,
Maybe. I mean, she's on house arrest. She's gonna get bored.
she is good, and he's going to keep showing
He's
up.
gonna
because
show
he's gonna
up. Do you know anything, Lynn Ann?
I don't. I don't know a thing.
know. She knows nothing. Okay, girl.
No. My bad
Because
boy.
we'll take any spoilers we could get.
Like, she's a vault.
Yeah, I think lots of stuff is going to happen to her once she's on house arrest, just sitting
Right,
around.
well, you saw
She's-
her exploding
Yeah.
in that scene.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. And then they leave.
Well, good thing, Frank's out of the house right now. Since she's on house arrest, she doesn't have to deal with him for now anyway.
Frank
and Sammy.
I think that woman is a saint.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, maybe I'm off, but I couldn't get over like the initial attraction she had for him at first. So every time she was really loving to him, I was like, is she still liking her dad? Like, I was confused.
Yeah,
but
so did you wonder tonight when she got
I
in the
mean,
shower
I'm
with
not
him?
for one
Yeah.
second. I was like, okay, Drea, stop. I mean, she's just trying to take care of her dad, and that was just such a really nice thing for her to do. I mean, she really is being there for him, and everybody else is so fed up.
She never had one, and this is her only chance.
And he's dying.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is her chance.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, when she was really taking care of Frank, I thought she was the martyr, as the title suggested. I don't know, because she
Sure.
kind of put herself out there for him.
Absolutely.
After
Yes, she
everyone's
did.
trying to tell her not to. Like, he's
buy
not
that.
worth it.
I'll buy that. I don't know who else would be the martyr.
Yeah. Well,
Because Frank is.
Phil thinks it's
I think it's Lip.
Lip.
Oh well, but he's not giving up. I mean, I don't know. Lip is one of the family, so it's more likely, I suppose.
Right.
But-
He's one of the main characters. So.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But I mean, as great as she is at kind of taking care of him, it's 2 steps forward, 40 steps back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, she brings the Burger King, he pukes. So then it's like, okay,
And
well,
actually, here I'm saying she's a saint. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just realized, she
brought him
was giving him the oxy, and then she gave him heroin.
Yeah.
I know. She thinks I guess she's like, he's dying anyway, so I might as well just make him as comfortable as possible.
Right.
But it's like, girl, his liver is out. Like,
I know.
seriously?
Well, and it's not just that; it's that she had gotten the lecture about the social worker can turn up.
Oh,
anytime.
yes. Right.
Yeah, she got that lecture. She got the lecture of the kids going into foster care because of Frank. I think she saw a little bit of his true colors in this episode, and she kind of grasped what the kids were talking about, but she still wants that approval. She still wants that daddy-daughter
She just wants
connection.
to be loved, especially,
And,
yeah.
for them, it's through heroin.
Especially finding out when he's like, he doesn't even know who her mother was, and he's like, I'm pretty sure I told her to have an abortion, and then
Yeah.
she's
Oh
like,
my
just
God.
what that would feel like as a woman, then you're just going to be reaching even more. So she's like, okay, fine, you want heroin? Does that make you love me?
Yeah, that's really sad to me, but I understand.
Absolutely.
I totally
I
get
get
where
it.
she's coming from.
Me too.
And I have to admit, it's kind of nice to see Frank being taken care of.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's a dad. I mean, from
I
my point of view-
can't give it Frank any.
here's why
Anyway.
I like Lip in this episode, as strict as he is. All of these people need a standard,
Yes.
right? So you're talking about Sammy and whatnot. Like, she needs a standard for how to help her father. You can't give him drugs just because it's not going so well. Someone has to be strict. And yeah, this is just going bad. And now that they're snooping, what is it called? Stooping?
What?
Stooping.
When you take over someone's house when they're not there?
Squatting.
Stooling.
Squatting.
Squatting, that's
Phil,
Stooling.
stooling, squatting. I don't know. Something. It's not their
funny.
house.
Maybe
Sheila's
Frank was
house.
stooling after he pooped in his pants.
Good, Joyce.
Oh, boy.
I like
You
that.
couldn't let that one go.
No.
God, that really freaked me out and gave me a bad visual.
Ugh.
You guys are funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how that's going to play out. I mean, Sheila's obviously a very nice lady, and so she's, out of anyone, she's very forgivable of these things, but...
Well, I think one of the reasons that Sheila's gone is because she would be the first one to come over
Absolutely.
and take care of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But she's in Manawi. What is it?
Minomi.
Minomi.
Yeah.
I love Sheila.
well, maybe
Minomi
I
indeed.
think she'll be very happy there. I hope she will.
I not come
So,
back.
Yeah, if it goes well, she either might not come back, or his family might come back to her place because she
Right.
loved having them there so much. I mean, she would take care of them. That might be something
if
that
they
could-
can't find his. What are they? His brother's kids or his
His
sister's?
sister.
sister's
His sister.
kids.
I just hope nothing weird's going to happen when she goes out there. I hope everything was truthful. That
Yeah.
he said, you know?
I hope so too.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah,
running.
Sure.
a little strict, but I get it.
He went along with Sheila's sexual preferences, so
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
I agree.
That was.
Hope it works out.
I haven't felt this way since I was riding in the saddle.
yes.
That's so funny. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit with you, Lynn Ann. Let's see what it's been like on Shameless thus far for you.
Yes. What's like working?
Well, as I said, we've watched the show from the beginning, so I was just thrilled, and really, I mean, I just love being there. I really, and everybody's so great. And when I went to Chicago to shoot episode 1, I've avoided going. I'm from New York, and
okay.
and I avoided going back east for probably 30 years.
Really?
When it was cold.
When it was cold. Okay, I was like, really?
When it was cold.
Got it.
So wonderful Lynn Paolo and all the other great costume people got me the most wonderful down coat. And I mean, I was dying in the cabs and in the cars.
You're not a cold
It was so
person.
warm. No, I mean, I
get it.
I've gotten used to being here
Right.
after all this time.
It must be
so-
jarring to go back.
So it was great fun there, and it was great fun here, and I love my family.
Your
They're all
Shameless family.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Terrific.
Well, you say in real life you have 2 daughters.
I do.
So it's totally different from your character who's got 2 sons.
Yes, I liked having 2 sons for a change, and it was so
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
I mean, of course, we didn't have a lot of time beforehand to meet, but that's the kind of thing you do in the makeup trailer, and you're hanging out and start getting close, and it was great. We probably got to talk, all of us, to each other. Let's see, Jane is my daughter, and she's I'm blanking here. Oh, Kate Cobb, and Jake, and and Nick,
yes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Steve, who's my husband. And so we really, we were just all hanging out and chatting and having a good time. And by the time we got on set, we really were a
Yeah,
little
you
family.
guys had really good chemistry. I felt like you guys had been together forever. It was
And I
really
thought,
natural.
and also, I mean, I think Jake certainly looks. I think they both look like they could be my son.
Yeah.
yes,
they
good
could.
casting.
I was
Yeah.
thrilled. I was thrilled.
That's awesome.
I in terms of the episodes, I really love that moment. You're talking about when you guys look like a family. Remember, they're having their little argument. It was right before Robbie told
Yeah.
Mike, and you turned to Fiona and you said, hey, can you help me? And I forget what it was, but it was like, hey,
Just
with the
putting chicken on the skewers.
Yeah.
exactly, and it's just again the realism in that moment was just phenomenal.
Well, what I loved about it is that, and I didn't know until I saw this the 3rd episode, was that obviously my perfect family is not so perfect,
Right.
So we have our own dysfunction going on, and it's nice that they've developed it a little bit.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Emmy?
Oh God, she's amazing.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't know how she does it, frankly.
Yeah, she's great.
She's so intense, and I'm in awe of her singing talent and everything.
yeah.
She's got a fantastic voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she really does.
So
great.
I think that it's great that she chose to do a role like this, which is so different from the way she started, and it's been a great thing for her.
Yeah.
Great.
And for you, this isn't your first John Wells production, so to speak, but it is you had mentioned to me at least that this was your first time working with him directly.
Yeah, because when I did ER, I did get to do one of his scripts, which was the final episode
okay.
where I played Ernest Borgnine's daughter. I think that was one of the last things he did, and he received an Emmy for it.
Great.
Yeah,
that's
on the
awesome.
final episode, and in the end, it was called. And then I got to do a Southland, but this is the first time that that he ever directed me. So it's just so great to meet him. Well, all the directors are phenomenal on this show too.
Yes.
And that was
the
the first
crew,
episode,
too.
right?
The first episode
of
was
the season.
with John in Chicago. Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you feel like you've kind of in real life for these actors taken on some sort of motherly role? Like, have you found yourself giving advice to them or just
Right off the bat.
Well, you seem so easy to just talk to and kind of ask for.
Well, I mean, but I
counsel.
mean, I tend to be like that with young people. I love being around young people. Like, I was thinking of probably the oldest person who's ever been in the studio.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And I told her that is in fact not the case. Trust me.
Phil would know. Phil would
Plenty
know.
of people.
But no, I mean, being around young people keeps you young, and so I love
Yes.
it. And I'm always like, I mean, I don't tell people what to do, but
Well, yeah.
Little
just,
suggestion
motherly.
nuggets.
Both my girls live in San Francisco and Seattle, so I grab onto any kids I can get my hands on that are nearby.
That's great. So this role is perfect for you.
It was, and I've been doing a lot of kind of strange, dark character things. So it was nice to play somebody that was
Light.
really close to me.
Yeah.
Just a loving mom.
Definitely.
Do you think you could play Joan Cusack's character? Because I mean, she's kind of you take
Like
like the
quirky out there.
loving
She's doting,
mother.
yeah.
She's the
Joan-
ultimate.
Yeah.
For me to say that I could play Joan Cusack's character, I mean, I worship this woman.
Right?
I worship her.
too. I do too.
She is so brilliant. I would give
brilliant.
my eye teeth to do a scene with her. Of course I could, but it would be totally different, and it wouldn't be Joan Cusack, but it would be Lynn Ann Leveridge.
Yes.
I really hope you guys somehow
Me
make a connection to
too.
the show.
I wanna,
That'd
like-
be a cool scene to watch, I think.
Yes. I love Joan.
You're like, I'm all for it.
If you guys are listening, hello.
Great.
Suggestion
Okay.
going your way.
Well, you say you've also done a lot of voiceover work. This is kind of, being on camera wasn't so common for you because you did voiceovers mostly, right?
Well, I started in theater in
Okay.
New York, Broadway and off-Broadway, and soap opera and commercials, and then
Okay.
then actually I went to do a play in St. Louis where I met my husband of 33 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And it's a huge voiceover town. AFTER was actually born in St. Louis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I started doing voiceover like crazy there. I hadn't really done it in New York. I had done on-camera commercials. So when we came out here, that was great because my kids were little and the voiceover, you just go and
Do it.
The money is pretty good in voiceover. So that was really good. And I was kind of starting my career all over again because I spent a few years in the Midwest in between New York and here. And so I kind of had to slowly work my way up, did a lot of sitcom and finally started doing episodic and some features. And here I am.
Here you are
Great.
doing an amazing job.
I know.
thank you. It's fun.
Fantastic.
I'm
You
very
said-
fortunate.
You say you're doing a voiceover for a video game right now.
At Guild Wars 3, I play 3 ancient characters.
Do you play? Do you play the game?
No. Are you kidding? I wouldn't know where to begin.
I'm awful at video games. I'm like, what?
But it's really fun doing the voiceover. I mean, that's where they need classically trained actors to do a lot of these things because some of them are huge and there are a lot of dialects and
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot of commands and random things that you're in the
How many
backgrounds of
accents do you
games.
do?
Especially today, I mean, Joyce, you kind of know video games, but now there's such a story to it.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, it's almost like
yeah.
watching a movie. To
Mini
a degree.
movie.
It's true.
Yeah.
Very true. There's
many-
a lot of script involved.
How many dialects do you do?
A lot.
A lot.
A
Okay.
lot. And I use them too. I mean, I use them when I go on auditions. Like I went in for an audition for a maid and I just made her Russian and I booked it. It was
Congratulations.
Pretty Little Liars, I think.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. I like to use it because I really love, doing different characters.
You should do the Americans on FX. I think, especially with their accents, you would have fun with that.
Oh, I love that show.
I haven't seen that yet.
Me neither.
it's-
and
Gotta
it's
get
coming
into it.
back now.
Yes, this Wednesday.
It's coming back. Yeah.
Phil's a fan.
I am.
Can you give us some of
Well,
your Russian?
I will definitely, make an effort to get to the Americans because they had that wonderful Margot. Oh, I can't. believe I can't. Emmy-winning fabulous actress.
I know she started right. She did Justified. I know
Yeah.
you're talking. I can't for the life of me remember her name either.
It's Margot. It starts with an M.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 2 M's.
Yeah.
Can you give us some of your Russian accent that nailed you the gig?
Now? You really want to hear it?
Yes.
I love it.
I love accents.
Wasn't it good?
Yes, good. You sound like my waxer. Sorry.
You could have been a good Sasha too in Shameless.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's like, okay, girl.
I like you better as Nancy.
Thank you. So do I.
Well, do you have anything else coming up for yourself on the horizon? Any other works that you're doing?
I wish I'm on a veil for a really fun role. I mean, a kind of lower class trailer kind of
Okay.
role, but it's not confirmed yet. So
We
luck.
we promised Lynn Ann that if I believe she finds out tomorrow, and so we'll tell you guys next week.
And of course, if I don't get it, there's going to be this like big
We're gonna
hole.
send you positive vibes.
It will happen.
We'll send positive vibes.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, you'll get something way better.
No,
Everyone-
that's right. No, that's true. In fact, that's always true.
Yes.
It really is. If I don't get it, it's fine. Just
And we talked. You and I talked about Zach McGowan, who you love. Who plays Laura. Sheila's Jody's
Oh my
Jody.
God, yes.
And he was on Shameless, and now he's doing Black Sails. So you and I see good
and
things
he's
happen
so-
to the guests that come here. So
He is so hot on Black Sails. He really is. Well, he's.
I always
just
thought
so
he was
hot,
pretty
period.
sexy.
Yeah, right? I liked
Unbelievable.
Him
Unbelievable.
and Steve Howie are so sexy.
Steve Howie? Oh
Yes.
my gosh. I freaked out on him too at a cafe. I was like, Steve!
Yeah, I
He's like,
saw
"Whoa."
him in Vegas. I was like, oh my God, pigtails!
Exactly.
Because he had him in braids.
Love him. He's
There are
so great.
a lot of really pretty guys on Shameless.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say, my sons are pretty well put together too.
Yes, when Jake was here, I was like, hello. Hi. Yes.
Cute little rear view.
Girl moment. Sorry, Phil. Sorry, Phil.
Probably
No worries.
kill me if he hears that. But
Well, is there anything that we didn't touch upon that you'd like to add or just mention?
I don't know. I'm having a great time.
Good.
Awesome.
Thank you for having
We're
me.
so happy
Yeah,
to
thank
have
you for being here.
And just
really
a little bit
nice.
of.
Well, before we get into predictions at the top of the episode, we got to mention that this episode is sponsored by Squarespace, so we wanted to just give you guys as fans a little bit more information about that. It's the all-in-one platform that makes it fun and easy to make your own professional website, and of course, in this day and age, you need your own website. I mean, I know you guys, if you're an actor, actress, but you don't have to just be those things. You could be starting your own business. Squarespace in particular is great with e-commerce. So if you got things to sell, I know, for example, one of my hosts, Virginia Reyna, she does fashion and she sells a lot of her clothing, and she uses Squarespace. She swears by it. So it's a nice, easy platform to create your own website. And the good part about it is, there's so many kind of do-it-yourself websites out there.
And it's really inexpensive. It just starts at $8 a month and includes a free domain name if you sign up for a year.
Exactly. And again, it's the design is so easy. It doesn't look like your standard template out there. Also, there's a great tech support. You don't have to be really tech savvy. I know websites scare a lot of people off the bat of like, I don't know how to do that stuff. It's really simple. And again, they've got a great staff, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help you guys out should you need it. It's constantly improving their platform. And with today's devices, whether, a tablet, or mobile, or even just a desktop, you got to look good on all these different devices. And Squarespace automatically makes your website formatted for whatever you have. It connects all your different accounts, whether Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, Google. I mean, God, there's so many
it's pretty
social
simple.
medias out there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
To make your website Squarespace.
Squarespace.com, and you get 10% off your first purchase. So for that, just go to squarespace.com and use the offer code Shameless. If you forget that, just remember where you heard it from, the Shameless After Show. So squarespace.com, offer code Shameless. Definitely check it out and start your own website today.
Go do it now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay.
Predictions?
Awesome. Actually, one thing of news and gossip, I mentioned this earlier.
AfterBuzz TV News.
I love her. She's like, whoa, what is happening right now? Whoa.
It was a little unexpected. I didn't even expect that.
Well, you said news.
I did say news. As per Emmy Rossum's Twitter, I found out that Shameless got picked up for season 5.
Yay!
So I'm really happy
very
about that.
excited.
'cause
And I did think of something because I was
Go ahead,
watching you
Lynn.
guys when Jake and Emma were on the show, and you wanted to know about the stick.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Answer that question.
Well, it is absolutely what was in his bathing trunks when his little girlfriend, who had suddenly matured over the last few months, turned up in a bathing suit.
Wow.
And he saw her in it.
And he wanted to impress her.
What? Wow. That's
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Thanks for clearing that up. JJ will
Thank
be
you,
happy.
Lynn.
I was going like, what did you know?
we got it from you.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Before we get into predictions, since you're such a fan, I want to know from you: is Jimmy/Steve coming back, or is he? I know there's a lot of fan debate over this.
Yes,
and I
that's
want to
someone
know
asked
from you.
me
Yeah.
yesterday, actually.
You're asking me?
What do you have? Yes, Lynn Ann.
Well, it would certainly be interesting, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Yes.
I mean, I know I read somewhere that he wasn't, but with all the talk about it, I wonder.
Maybe it'll make them
if
change
they're-
their minds.
If they're thinking about it at some point.
I think he
toward the
needs
end
to.
of
I
season
hope
five.
so.
needs to
just
come back.
left. Come back, Jimmy Steve.
For the sake of Fiona and for the Shameless audience.
Thank you, John.
Also, can we please call him Stimmy from now on?
Stimmy, that's good.
I like
There's so
Stimmy.
many names. Like, I can't get Stimmy.
Barely remember the character
Stimmy.
names. I'm
Or
like, wait,
Jeeve.
who's that?
Jeeve. Yeah, Jeeve.
Nice. Very nice.
Cool. Prediction.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What do you guys got? Tell me.
I can't tell you anything.
Oh, yes.
Well,
You-
I definitely think you're coming back. Season 5. I mean, if Robbie's involved, you're involved.
yes, I think we'll be seeing some more family. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be nice. wouldn't it?
Okay, girl. Well, I
my
think, like I said earlier, I think Lip and the girlfriend are going to end up doing a little something, something.
Yeah, Amanda, which is funny because Mandy, I think her full name is Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 Mandys and
Oh, of course.
Yes, that'll probably be the title of some episode.
maybe.
2 Mandys and a Lip.
Maybe.
Something like that.
I think there's something. I mean, it's very in its preliminary stages, but something's definitely there. Something's going to
Absolutely.
happen.
And
Well, yeah.
But there was another girl floating around, too. Remember?
the big girl?
No. There was a girl that was from his neighborhood. From,
Oh, that's
from the
right.
old neighborhood.
Yes, from the college.
gave him the
Yes.
brush off.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
That's true.
Who knows?
Maybe she'll come back.
she might.
Could be.
Well, one thing's for sure. Due to the Oscars, there's no new episode next week.
Oh, yes.
we know that
won't
for
be
sure. Ian is back. So that's
Ian's
gonna be
back.
Love connection.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Done back up with him and Mickey for sure.
And not next week, March 9th, we have Shanola Hampton joining us, and
wow.
I love her.
So she'll be
And we
in.
both have our braids. Well, she
New
already had hers.
mom.
I have mine now.
New mom.
Yeah, new mom.
Yeah.
She'll be fun to talk
I
to.
saw her before
She
she
was
had the
awesome
baby.
last
She's
year.
she's so radiant.
I love her.
Yeah.
Like, she's
wonderful.
so great.
Well, I think that Fiona's going to go back to jail.
What?
I think maybe she'll break parole. I don't know.
Why she got to break parole?
Because she's bored.
And she's Fiona.
Why
and
can't
she's
she
Fiona.
stop being not like?
Because
Addiction.
that's
You can't
exactly
stop.
that's what Robbie stated. She's addicted.
Okay, I
this
understand that, but her and
adrenaline.
Robbie have some sort of, they meet up.
They're gonna hook up.
Right, he comes to the door. Whatever happens, they're talking. And, she mentions that she didn't give him up to the police.
Yeah.
So something along the,
Oh,
he
did
could
she
get her in
say
trouble. But I don't know if she
could.
wants to.
Why would he turn? You think turn himself in?
No, she
No,
could
he can get
him
her in trouble.
Oh, by being there. Is that what you mean?
I don't know.
Well, there's still the social worker that's supposed to come.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe. I don't know. There's just so much that can happen. It's not going to be good. I don't think Fiona, by choice, will go back to
Right.
jail. I don't think that, I think she's learned her lesson.
Sure.
I mean, how much more of a lesson do you need than almost killing Liam?
Yeah.
But she's a Gallagher. Who knows? I mean, look at all the crazy stuff Frank's
I just think of all the things Robbie can say or do to entice her to leave her house.
She's only going to
or,
say no
you
for
know,
so long.
I don't think it would be something he would say so much as something he would do.
Do.
That
Yeah.
would just grab her.
He could make it seem like she broke parole somehow, and really, he could get her in trouble.
I mean, I hope he's not that
I
bad.
don't think he's that bad.
Really?
It's his mom. She's saying.
No, I think he came. I mean, it looked like he came to say, "Drew, I'm sorry. I know you got into so much trouble because of me."
Right.
I hope so.
Me too.
That's my extreme prediction of the day.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's it for episode 7. That was
Yay!
really cool.
Thank
it was
you so
really
much
great
for
to have
coming.
you, Lynn
Thank
Ann.
you. I really loved meeting you and being here.
Yeah, you're great.
Well, where can we find you?
Oh, I don't. Like I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm on
Love you,
Facebook.
Lynette. You're the best.
What's your Facebook username? Do you know, or just find you
It's the
with your
same,
name?
Lynn Ann Leveridge.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. Andrea?
You can find me at Drea_Renee_ on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Cool. And you can find me on Twitter at JAJOURI and on the Tuesday Night Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcasts. And Phil?
And of course, follow us here at AfterBuzz TV. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, just AfterBuzz TV. And I wish for the life of me I knew JJ's Twitter. But hey, JJ's
JJ Jurgens, isn't it?
No, it's something else. It's something else.
JJ, you can't make it simple for us, could you? But we love you anyway, and JJ will be back. And yeah, that was
See
a
you
great
in
show.
2 weeks.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.